Hi, I'm Luis.
I'm Edmi.
I went to film school for 5 years.
I didn't, but I've watched way too many movies.
I watched a lot of YouTube. We found a list of the New York Times top 100 movies of the 21st century.
And we're gonna give our unqualified opinion on them.
Today's movie, Grizzly Man from 2005. A documentary.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what it's about. Like, is the man trying to become a grizzly bear? Does he want to see what? Like, does he want to live among them? Like, that's the vibe the title. That's the vibe the title gives me. Because I honestly have no idea. And when I found out it was a documentary, that's cool. Honestly, for a documentary to make it to like such a to be considered such a big movie.
I heard Grizzly Man, and for some reason, my first thought was a cocaine bear type thing. But now seeing that it's like documentary drama, I am intrigued. I have no idea what this is going to be like. So let's watch a trailer.
Yes. This is old.
For 13
2005.
years, Timothy Treadwell lived among the grizzly bears in the Alaskan wilderness.
Well, that
During
answered my
that
question.
time, he shot over 100 hours of videotape. Until 2003, when he was killed by one of the bears he had sworn to protect.
Well, I'm here with one of my favorite bears. It's Mr. Chocolate. Hey, Mr. Chocolate. He's been with me for over a decade, and he's been my good friend. Oh, he's a big bear. He's a big bear. A very big bear. Wow. We need more rain. Melissa is eating her babies. Timothy, I'm getting a bad feeling about you. I can smell death all over my fingers. I will die for these animals. I will die for these animals. I will die for these animals.
Now the longhorns are gone.
The
And
man's
the
ready.
drovers are
Yeah, for real.
This is my life. This is what I do. I love it.
Geronimo's gone. Ooh, yep. Ooh, yep. Ooh.
And that's my story here. For me, Timothy Treadwell, the kind warrior.
Ooh, yep.
I think this is one of the movies that may have the potential to make me cry, which is gonna be very rare.
I've never seen her cry in a movie. Like with a
So,
movie,
like
never.
Okay, if I know like it's fiction, I'm not gonna cry because that's dumb. But like if it's a documentary, I may cry.
Okay.
Well, but we'll see.
I'll let you guys know.
Yes.
Honestly, not at all what I was expecting when I heard Grizzly Man.
Me neither.
This has actually surpassed my expectations just by watching the trailer. So hopefully the movie lives up to that, because I don't know how to describe it, man. The trailer was just intriguing. Like how a trailer should be.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
initial expectations for me, honest, 8, maybe 9 out of 10. I'm 8.5, right in the middle.
Same. I think this is gonna be a really good movie.
Yeah, I think it's one that's deserves the title of being in the top 100.
Yes, much
Just
better than the first one.
based on the trailer.
Still traumatized by that movie. Yes.
But let's go watch a man turn into a bear or something.
Did you watch the same trailer?
Let's go watch a movie. While we're watching a guy turn into a bear, these are the categories that we're going to be rating this documentary on. They have slightly changed because it is a documentary. But same as before, we're going to be rating each category out of 10. So let's see what scores we gave Grizzly Man.
His head is too big, so he's just gonna be here for a bit. But it's okay. He's okay.
Cool. Initial reactions.
It wasn't what I expected. I'm not mad at it though. But it was interesting. Very sad.
Yeah.
But not the sad that makes me personally cry. So
I didn't cry.
I didn't cry. It was just like sad, like damn. This kind of sad. You just said a lot there.
A whole lot of nothing was said. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't that, but I don't know what I was expecting. It was good. I enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of documentaries, for the most part. That was one of my favorite classes going through like film school.
How many documentaries have you watched?
How many documentaries have I watched? I wouldn't say more than movies. However, if you count just like Netflix, a lot. But like I think in Netflix more than other series or movies, I've watched more documentaries. And circling back on like that YouTube thing, 90% of the things I watch are like video essays and like that type of just like giving out information in a video format, which is very similar to the format of a documentary.
Okay. But yeah, you know more of this subject because I haven't, honestly, like National Geographic is like my documentary background. Not because I don't like them, just because I don't know, I just haven't watched them.
Yeah, I like
many.
I like the format of just like I don't know, I like it more than a movie because it's like something real and even and it's feels more personal to like the people that are making the movie, you know, the director or the producers or whatever. It feels more personal than just making like a based on real life story movie thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I like it for those reasons. Starting off with intent and execution, you know, the whole documentary of this movie was based on like, hey, this guy died. We found over 100 hours of footage and we made a documentary of those 100 hours of footage. That's pretty much like the foundation of this. And I do feel like I forgot it was Tim what was the guy's name? It was Tim something.
Timothy. No, it's not Timothy. Was it Timothy?
It was Timothy, but
Okay.
they called him Tim or Timmy. Anyway, the guy the documentary was about, for the most part, had what seemed to be like a character. It really wasn't himself when he was like filming himself close to the bears and all that. And I do feel like the documentary, the director of it, and the narrator and everybody just fit like the aesthetic of that found footage. You know, like they saw his energy and they match his energy really well. And for that reason, in intent and execution, I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it a 9 because the first half, like the biases were like it was like a very neutral point of telling his story. But then like at the end where you started to see that, well, like halfway, that I like realized, oh, like this is a character. It's not like these type of persons that actually go and try their best to actually save these animals. This is just a character this guy does. And so yeah, after that, like by the end of it, they were just like this is nature, and this guy was just going there and kind of invading the bear's space.
Yeah.
So on that sense, like by the end, it was not very neutral. Just because of that, I gave it a 9. But for the most part, it was like a very neutral, like, point of view, where the filmmaker, like, it wasn't, you couldn't tell it was biased because they looked for all of the points and everyone's opinion that was around him. Yeah. And on that, the subject selection of the interviews of the people, it was a really good range. They went from, like, close friends to just people who knew them.
People who got threats from him, too.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
And people who had to clean up the scene. And, yeah, it was very interesting. Like, everyone's point of view. Like, some people were praising him for his lifestyle, and others were like, why is he doing this? He's not really helping the bears, like, at all. He's putting them in more dangers, like, in some things.
Yeah.
So I give it a 10.
You give it a 10. Okay.
Yes.
I think you explained it pretty well. I give it a 9 just because, honestly, there was one of his close friends that was, like, the second person they interviewed, or, like, they showed in the documentary, just made no sense for me. He gave no, like, you know, positive to the story. It was just like, oh yeah, we were friends, we were actors together. I guess what he did give is the fact that, well, he was an actor as well, and he was kind of trying to portray a character. But that was, like, near the end. At the beginning, I was like, what is this guy doing here? Because the first time he was shown, he was like, oh yeah, I saw my wife screamed, I went over, she was watching the TV, I saw his face on the TV, and I assumed the worst.
But he didn't really seem like super sad about it either.
No,
he was just like,
it happened. It wasn't a surprise.
Yeah.
And then second thing he said was about, like, going to the beach or whatever with him, which also just, I don't know. I felt like it was very out of context. Or same as, like, the girlfriend. For some reason, there was, like, 3 girlfriends. That confused me, but one of them...
the one that was, like, 10 years in his life, he was his employee, like, she was his employee, like, girlfriend, and I don't know how many other things.
Her emotion, she had no emotions.
She had no emotions, and then she had, like, all the emotions at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, from like, one moment to another, she was, like, neutral face, smiling, and then to the other one, she was, like, crying, and it was very confusing. Maybe it was just, like, the intimidation of the camera and the story, because not everyone's, like, used to that. And maybe. I don't know.
I just feel like those two kind of just, like, didn't match what I was imagining, or, like, what I would have thought to be good interviews. And for that reason, I give it a 9. That's the whole point I was trying to get. As for the script and story, or better said, just the stories, not as linear as I was expecting. Usually, documentaries follow a very linear path, and this started off, like you said, in a neutral tone, very linear, of, like, telling this guy's story, but then it kept going, like, back and forward in a way that it was a little confusing to me. I still think I give it a little bit too low of a score. Hold on. So I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10.
I also gave it an 8 out of 10 because he did have an interesting life. Like, story-wise, I understand why they made him a documentary. It's very interesting. But, yeah, it was just, like, a bit of a wasteful life, I would say, in some senses. Like, so, yeah, I don't know. I have, like, mixed feelings. Like, I understand the people that like praised him for living that life, and I also understand the people that were like, why are you here? Just leave the bears alone. If you want to like educate people, just educate them. You don't need to live among the bears to like teach about the bears. So yeah, with the camera work, it was pretty good. Very interesting that they took more like all the takes were from his personal camera in the wilderness, and then like he really wanted to be alone and make it seem as if he was alone, although in some bits they say that he got supplies from people, obviously. And
Not
things
only
like that.
But the last 2 years of his expedition, he was with his girlfriend.
Yeah, that too. So it was interesting camera work, and then the interviews also had like pretty good shots and everything. So I gave it like a 7. I think it was good. It wasn't anything exceptional. Yeah. So
okay. Yeah, for camera work, I said it's very organic, which is pretty much like the intent of it if it's going to be a documentary. And again, like she said, it was from his perspective, but even though it was from his perspective, he had really good like knowledge of composition. Like his shots were very well made. There's some extreme close-up of the animals just into their eyes and stuff, which is kind of weird. But other than that, a lot of his shots were just had really good composition. So I really like the look of it. Also in the interview, there was one interview with the morgue, like the guy in the morgue. That threw me off. That one threw me off.
that one was weird.
Yeah, because the camera was just like all over the place. They tried to do like that. I don't know. They got a little creative with that camera, and he was trying to be serious about it, but also the camera was all over the place. I don't know. Yeah. But I still gave it a really high score because I really like for what it is. Because I'm not comparing this to like, big budget movie that with a really creative photo director or anything like that. I gave it a 9 out of 10. As for sound design and the score, I don't have much to say about this. Music selection was decent. You didn't really feel it, even though it was there. The voices were crisp. The narrator, his accent was weird, but his voice was really crisp, was nice.
Though I did find weird sometimes that they like muted the Tim's speech for narration, that's kind of weird, but like it's fine. It was a good effect to use in that, but yeah, sound was clear, music was appropriate, so yeah.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, same. So with the scenography, though, it was a national park and it was Alaska, so it was just beautiful all the time. Because Alaska in the summer is very pretty. Never been, but seen the pictures. And yeah, it was also interesting all the places the people were interviewed, because they were like interviewed either at their houses, at their works, and they like brought the person with the specific topic they were talking about. So I like that. I give it a 10 because why not? It was good.
I'm gonna start with the score here. I gave it a 7 because it wasn't much effort for the most parts. Like there wasn't much to do in terms of scenography.
That's true.
It's not like they're building these sets or anything. They were just picking a location of work or their house or the wilderness. So it was beautiful. The wilderness was beautiful.
The foxes, the baby foxes.
That was so cute.
They were so fluffy. It was so cute. He should have just stuck to the foxes, honestly. But this is my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. It was a documentary. It was a bunch of interviews. As for relevancy or interestingness, I don't know if either of those are words. But it was an interesting topic. I really enjoyed it. It was good. However, I don't know how important the story is to be told. But he did mention, like the guy himself mentioned in a couple of his videos, or to other people, saying that he think it would prove his point if he died. And this is like the conclusion of that in a way. Because he was like, I'm trying to tell a story here. I'm trying to take care of the bears or whatever. But it would be more...
like
impactful, and people would take me more seriously if I died because of a bear. And that is what happened, and this documentary was made probably because of that. So... I guess it's somewhat important, but I don't know. For that reason, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I also give it a 7 because it is a very unique story. And I do think since there is already so much footage made, making it public, it's a worthy, like, historic documentation type. But yeah, it's a very weird life. But since there was already film, they were just rewatching it, cutting pasting. I don't know how editing works a lot, but yeah. And lastly, enjoyment and rewatchability. I enjoyed it. I wanted to like keep getting more information and just like more details about his life. It was very interesting in that sense. So I gave it an 8.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much more to add to that. I enjoyed it a lot. This is something that if this is a movie or documentary that if I found someone that was into like this niche, I would show it to them. Like, if I knew someone that was into National Geographic, I would show them this, being like, hey, this is a good watch, because I do feel like it's indirectly aligned. Because it's telling the stories of the bears, in a way, from this little crazy guy who tried to make it his. So, I don't know. That's kind of how I saw it. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and for that reason, I give it a 9 out of 10.
Overall, my final score was pretty set with my expectation, which was 8 or 9, and mine was 8.3. Yeah, it was very interesting, but like sad. Yeah. I think that's my overall feedback.
Pretty much. Yeah, it really did just like match what I was expecting from that in terms of the score. So mine came out to 8.37 out of 10, which I originally had given it 8.5 out of 10. So
We're the same.
oh, hell yeah. We're
The first movie we're with the same
I mean,
score, I think.
yeah, we're the exact same score. Yeah, we're in total agreement. Even though we gave our scores differently.
In different categories, but yeah, it's a good movie. I think I understand why they put it on the list.
Yeah, this one does make sense, honestly.
It's history. it's pretty important in a lot of like themes of mental health too. So, and just bears in general. So yeah.
It had a pretty big box office performance too. I mean, for a documentary at least. It's not big at all. It's very niche. 4.1 million it made in the box office. So, but it's still impressive to me for it being a documentary in 2005. 7.7 IMDb, 93% Rotten Tomato scores. I think we all kind of match there. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what comes next. Gravity is the next movie.
I've seen that one.
I think I have too. I'm not.
Let me see who's the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this one. This one has like a bunch of bad feedback, but we'll talk about that. Of like what I've heard.
Yeah, just from seeing the next movie, I can already tell you that I think this documentary deserves to be higher in the list.
Yeah. Because we'll talk about it in the next.
Well,
but yeah, no spoilers.
See you next week. Whatever. Yeah, bears. They're cute. They're adorable.
They're dangerous, and they should be left in peace.
They're cuddle worthy. You should give them a little hug if you see them. And yeah. See you later. Bye bye. Have fun. Take care. Bye.